Hello everyone and welcome to episode 98 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling Series here on the channel as it is the Power Struggle Tour. As we usually, of course, will go through what the final show is going to look like, but with the imminent Best Super, or not Best Super Juniors, the Super Junior Tag League coming up in this tour, I don't want to give away a lot of the show, but I will, talk about a couple of matches that we're going to be having here on that final show. Of course, the big main event, which was hyped about at the previous episode, Walter versus Heiharu Tamura to become the undisputed IWGP Heavyweight Champion in that one. That should be an absolute banger. We're also going to have, for the last time, Konosuke Takeshita. He is defending his King of Pro Wrestling title. It'll be against Daniel Makabe, someone he lost to during the G1. So Makabe has a huge chance to be able to sweep in and get a Wrestle Kingdom main event, or Konosuke Takeshita will in fact get this win and go on to Wrestle Kingdom. Either way, though, I mean, you have a lot of big implications for the main and co-main. Then we'll also have a women's title matchup between Maki Ito and Ashley Flair. United States title matchup, Malachi Black versus Jon Moxley. As far as that interim title, Malachi Black looking to get that win again to not only bring the belt back to the House of Black, but as far as, with Rollins being out, with Tyler Black being out, he, this is kind of the last chance as far as for House of Black to get the belt back into their group before he has to wait until he's healthy again. So that's going to be a big one. It's a big time matchup there for Malachi Black and for Jon Moxley. Then a number one contendership matchup for the tag team titles. It's a 4-way tag team elimination matchup. Order of Destruction versus Juice Robinson and Alex Coughlin versus Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi, and then the House of Torture team of Brody King and Miro. So, as far as those four teams, they will have qualifying matches throughout the Strong tapings for the next couple of weeks, leading into what will be, of course, the Power Struggle number one contendership matchup. As then the opener, since we're going to have Walter versus Tamura, felt like we should have another, United Empire versus Dragon's Den matchup, as it's going to be Zack Sabre Jr., Jonathan Gresham taking on Kyle O'Reilly and Daniel Garcia. So that should be a fun way to kick off the show, too, with a little technical masterclass matchup between some really, really talented fuckers in that one. But as far as the actual Super Junior Tag League, I think we have a really, really good lineup, to be honest. As we will run through that now. As the 10 teams, we have Blast Off of Jason Lee and Fuminori Abe. We have the Velocities, of course, the current Junior Tag Team Champions, and of course, members of Designers of Perfection. Hard to believe. They've only been in the Super Junior Tag League, I believe, either 2 or 3 times in this save. As far as now they're the Junior Heavyweight Champions going in. That is obviously a big target on their backs, and they're looking to keep. I mean, that was a huge win to win in their home country and to get a huge win in front of the Australians. It was awesome for them, and now they're looking to keep a very, very great showing out of this Super Junior Tag League. House of Torture of course, Taiji Shimori and Drew Parker. Alex Reynolds and John Silver. So Reynolds going to be back teaming up with Silver, because last year we had Black Taurus and John Silver, just to change it up a little bit. Figured we'd go back to Reynolds and Silver for this one. As Francesca Akira and El Hero del Airbender as the Koji Kamai team, and a team that's really taken the junior division by storm. They've been fantastic to see. The LIJ team of Bushi and SB Kento, which, of course, I believe it was last year. Bushi got hurt midway through it, if I remember correctly. Mexa Blood, of course, of Ryu Lee and Samurai Del Sol. Kira Tozawa and Fred Yehai of Suzuki Gun Top Flight, of course, of Dante Martin and Darius Martin. Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak of United Empire to round up the group. So, yeah, as far as comparing this group to last year's group, as far as, it was Bushi and SB Kendo, the very first match, as far as Bushi got hurt. And yeah, John Silver and Black Taurus. As far as, and again, I believe Jason Lee was either hurt, and as far as Shun Skywalker had to come in, I believe that was the case. O'Reilly and Garcia are not involved this year, which is a big, change. Also, Time Splitter's not involved this year, as there will be another 1.6-man tag team title matchup. Is why that is why they're not going to be on the show there, or not going to be in the tournament rather. But really, other than that, I mean, also Coughlin and Connors have moved up to heavyweight. So, as you can see, obviously with Coughlin teaming up with Juice Robinson for the chance to be the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. But again, there's a lot of the same players as well. Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak, of course, made it to the finals last year, looking for maybe a repeat into the finals, but also looking to win it all this year. But yeah, I mean, that's I think that's pretty much all the rundown that we need to do for this one. Hard to believe we're almost at 100 episodes, though. That's going to be shocking. That will be at the Tag League. Will be episode 100. Then 101 will start with Wrestle Kingdom, which is kind of cool in a way. I think it's a really cool way of kind of showing that it'd be a good starting point. Like if you kind of caught us halfway through and you're like, I don't know what to do. Should I, go all the way back to episode 1, or should I just start at 101? And I would say now at this point, probably start at 101. It would be it'd be a good time, to be able to kind of watch throughout the upcoming weeks. But hey, if you want to go all the way back, go right ahead. By all means, the option is there. They're not going anywhere as far as those videos. So, but yeah, I mean, the Power Struggle Tour, it's always an interesting one because it's mainly dominated by those junior tag matches. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the focus for the tour. So we can just hop right in and get on with the first day here. As, yeah, we ran Chubu here last time. It was actually Flair. It was about 4 wrestlers court. Accused of being an hour late to pay for a signed travel partner. As Shinsuke Nakamura found her guilty. So used to having a man be involved in these backstages, since we finally have a woman here. She was found guilty and sentenced her to pay for travel partner's meals the next 3 shows. Alrighty. So yeah, Hana Kimura is on this card. Figured we could have a women's matchup as the opener. But as far as the main event here, I mean, there's some good matches. Blast Off, SB Kento and Bushi, not a bad call. Velocity's Mexa Blood, think we'll probably go with that one as the main event. And the champions retain. What a win for Paris De Silva and Drew London against Mexa Blood. We're going to give them a little bit more time too. What a win now. Junior tag champs beating Mexa Blood. I like Francesca Akiro and El Tiro Del Airbender against Top Flight, as they will get the win. Koji Kamai over Top Flight. So, I mean, the Junior Tag Champs avoid a huge loss and get a major upset on the first night. So, how about that for a Champion's Curse? Be gone, they say, as Dark Order, Fred Yeh, and Suzuki-gun. Oh, it's a Steal the Show matchup, alright. As John Silver, though, going to get the win for Dark Order over Suzuki-gun. Blast Off against SB Kento and Bushi. Oh, this is the Technical Masterclass matchup. That's interesting. So, Abe's going to beat Bushi. Let's hope nobody gets hurt in that one. That would be very disheartening to see. And then, yeah, we'll have this actually go before the co-main, as Ishimori and Parker are going to lose to United Empire, as Lee Moriarty picking up the big win. As, yeah, we'll put that there. Oh, there. And then the opener, of course, as Soroi Inoue against Hana Kimura. Miss Kimura's going to get the win there. In 16 minutes, going to give them a little bit of time, which I think is a good idea to help kind of showcase what they got. Yeah, I mean, we could run Komazawa Gymnasium. I don't think that's a bad call. Or we could just run Korakuen. Either way, I think we'll go Korakuen for the first show. Just get, I just love that building. You gotta run it at good points of the tour. Oh, they don't click. Well, that's a tough start, but at least Hana Kimura actually did pretty well, even with the negative chemistry. A 60 is not bad on a tour show setting, especially with negative chemistry. She wins with the muscle drop kick, though, in 16 minutes, 15:51 if you want to be exact. So 72 for the first match of the Super Junior Tag League is Fuminori Abe pinning Bushi with the Shining Wizard. Good stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a slightly better team is Blast Off, so yeah, it's a good call. Another 72 as Dark Order beating Suzuki-gun. Tozawa, worst guy in the match. Yep, makes sense. As far as Tozawa's really bringing Suzuki-gun's junior team down. We probably could have had Yei High in like Hook or something, but went with this instead. Silver getting the win though, nonetheless, with the discus lariat. Gotta love it. 76 for House of Torture versus United Empire. Moriarty tapping out Ishimori there with the joint custody. Pretty close, but they were the better team, was United Empire. 74 for Francesca Kira and El Hiro del Airbender taking on Top Flight there. We gotta make them a team. I just now realized that they haven't been a team like this whole run. As Airbender's gonna pin Dante Martin with a 630. Great showing, though. Pretty close match, though. Dante Martin and Airbender, which that match would rule. That would be pretty sick, to be honest, to see that. Is an 82 for the main event, as Velocity's beating Mexa Blood. What a win! And, as far as Mexa Blood, slightly better team, which is shocking, to be honest. That kind of shows you how far along they've come, have the Velocities. But yeah, that's a great match. Well, that was actually a really good show. How about the junior tag team division now? It's coming along really well. It's taken a long time. Usually it was kind of 2 or 3 teams kind of at the top of the division, but now, realistically speaking, any one of those teams can win this thing. And I think that's a great showing of balance. That is for sure. But what a great first day. That's in the books. Of course, this is going to be a 9-show tour, and then, of course, the final show being the 10th one, the final day. But yeah, so as far as on to day 2. Alrighty, night 2, day 2. To be exact, as far as a lot of backstage incident stuff. Wow, as Jonathan Beck was brought before Russell's court, accused of being absorbed by his phone when he should have been paying attention during a locker room meeting. The judge, Shinsuke Nakamura, found him guilty and sends him to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. Forgot to turn that down. Small Out Collection AT, passing on psychology tips to Aizawa Collection NYC. As Kota Ibushi, passing on tips on psychology to Hideo Oka. And then Shingo is also doing the same thing. There's passing on psychology tips to Masahiro Hara. And then Bryan Danielson passing on tips. I forgot about this one. As far as passing down psychology tips to Dante Martin. Boy, the mind of Bryan Danielson molding somebody as athletic as Dante Martin and really kind of fine-tuning what he's doing into really making him an elite Super Junior would be pretty fantastic. To be able to not only do stuff submission-wise, but the flying shit too, he'd be unstoppable. They'd be so over too. They'd fucking love him. As we'll go with, for this main event, you can't go wrong with Blast Off and El Hiro del Airbender and Francesca Akira. I think that's a great matchup. As Akira's going to beat Jason Lee right before the 30-minute mark too. So they're giving those guys a lot of time. Drew Gulak and Lee Murray against the Velocities. That's not a bad call either. Of course, that's a technical masterclass matchup. Alright, well, this is not going to be anywhere close to the main event now. But yeah, this is a big matchup. So they won last time around, and they win here again. So the junior tag champs falling to the United Empire junior team once again. So it looks like Tozawa and Yehai against Mexa Blood will go here as they get their first win. Does Mexa Blood. It's Riley beating Tozawa. Then we have Bushi and SB Kendo against House of Torture. Okay, so this is a technical masterclass matchup too. So this should be a better technical masterclass matchup, but I think it's a better setting for it. So Drew Parker's going to beat Bushi. So I'll win for the House of Torture team. Yeah. I think this should... Honestly, this could be the main event. I think we might... Yeah, let's make it the main. Why not? I think it's a deserving main event. Oh, I accidentally brought that up the notepad, but luckily there's no spoilers or anything on there. So yeah, let's make this the main. Cool. So yeah, and then Top Flight and Reynolds and Silver is the Steal the Show matchup, which Top Flight will get the win. So that's a great win for Top Flight there. Then Hayato Junior Fujita taking on one of the International Young Lions, as I think, yeah, we'll just have that there, as Oscar Lebu, I always forget how to pronounce the last part, but we'll just say Oscar from now on. But yeah, Hayato Junior Fujita getting the win in 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll probably go Chubu now. I feel like that's a good call. So, yeah, 2,500. I know we have the Nagata City Gymnasium, which is pretty close to, a sellout now. We're at 3,300. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Yeah, the business is coming up. The economy's rising. It's a good sign. Good sign for 2026 in Japan. It's a 58 for the opener. It's the Kid for Hayato Jr. Fujita, 947. I mean, not a terrible showing from the young line, though. A 33 while being off his game. Listen, there's been terrible ones. There's been ones that have been worse than that. We'll take that. A 71 for Bushi and SP Kento against Drew Parker and Taiji Shimori. Better team wins. Flying foot stomp there from Drew Parker. As Bushi being off his game helped out a lot, as far as making them the better team there for House of Torture. But, yeah, not a bad matchup there. 72 for Top Flight against Dark Order. Yeah, I mean, Dante Martin, best guy in the match, gets the win with the springboard cutter. Nice. And yeah, an 81 for Tozawa and Yeihai against Mexa Blood of Ryu Lee and Samurai Del Sol. As Ryu Lee getting the win over Tozawa. Tozawa just keeps on racking up losses, but yeah, just a great showing there from Mexa Blood. Again, they're just one of the best teams that we have in the junior division. Oh, a 74 here. That dropped off in a hurry. As, yeah, I mean, Francesca Akira and Jason Lee not really pulling off as great of a rating as I thought they would. It was only a couple points difference between the two teams, so that was very, very close. But the Akira assault onto Jason Lee. Boy, just 1 point differences for each one. That chemistry boost helped them out a lot. Now, 79 for Gulak and Moriarty beating the Velocities. Again, very, very close. Just a couple point difference between the two teams. The Velocities were the better team, though. So shout out them. But having a pretty solid little show. Should have probably stuck with my guns and had Tozawa and Yeihai and Mexa Blood. Probably should have main evented. I didn't think, as far as Yeihai and Tozawa, I didn't think they'd have enough to really challenge them, but they did. Well, yeah, not a bad little show. Not bad at all. We'll take a look at the standings, I know, probably after day 6 for the Junior Tag League, so that'll be kind of the next time you'll be seeing a booking page, but for the most part, though, it's just looking to see how it starts off with. We've now seen the Tag Champs, though, fall here in day 2, so, that's a tough break for them. They're going to have to really climb up the rankings here, because there's a lot of tough-ass teams in that Junior Tag League. That is for sure. On to day 3 we go. Alrighty, as day 3 now, let's see what we get to Naito passing on Psychology to Kuya Miyagi. Sick. Alrighty, so, as far as I just now realized this is Hiromu and Naito and not Bushi, and, yeah, let's go ahead and change that. That's so funny. Yeah, we gotta change that. That's hilarious. I knew I was gonna do that on one of those pre-booking things. I was like, I'm gonna fuck it all up. So, with this one, this is a good match, though. I think it's a lot better than, there's gonna be some good matches for sure. This is probably gonna be one of the better ones, though. It's the first time meeting, too, so that's exciting. Oh, let's give it to, let's give it to Bushi and SB Kento. Why not? Let's have SB beat, Gulak. Or like that. Trying to, as far as SB Kento lost a lot of momentum after we kind of gave him the super push out off the rip. I think that would really help him out, but, first of all, wait a minute, this is, this is the, multi-man match. Alright, never mind. I was about to say something's fucked up, but, for the main event, that's a good question on what that should be. I don't mind this Mexa Blood Top Flight match right now, as it's an upset, too. Mexa Blood losing to Top Flight. Dante Martin's going to beat Samurai Del Sol. That's a huge win. First of all, they're 1-2 in the first 3 matches of this Super Junior Tag League. So that's kind of a crazy run for Mexa Blood right now. We'll add Bushi and SB Kento now against Gulak and Moriarty. Of course, we now know who's winning that one. World and Silver against Blastoff might be the technical masterclass matchup if I had to guess. We'll see. Yep, as Koji Kamai is going to beat House of Torture. Airbender's going to beat Drew Parker. That's going to be a pretty good match, though. So this will be Steal the Show. Velocities against Tozawa and Yeihai. As the Junior Tag Champs will get the win in that one. And then Reynolds and Silver against Blastoff, which Abe is getting the win there. Oh, we might have the Technical Masterclass matchup actually be this opener between United Empire and Dragon's Den. So it's a 6-man. This is a really, really fun 6-man matchup, though. A lot of talent. Dragon's Den's going to get the win, too, with O'Reilly beating Gresham. So that's a crazy win. As, building up to, obviously, Volter and Tamura with that one. Yeah, it's tough, because Blastoff and Dark Order is a good match, but they're all, relatively good matches. We haven't seen really a bad match yet in this Junior Tag League, so I think we're just going to stick to what we got right now laid out. Might as well, right? Might as well. Yeah, that's right. I thought we had a 4,000 seater, but now we got the 5. Yeah, we'll just run the Wakayama Professional Gym. Oh no, we have. Yeah, where's the Baycom Gymnasium? Yeah, it's got 5. Yeah, we're fine. Fine with the 2,000. Let's run it. 79 for the opener. As a lot of green here, a lot of chemistry from the announcers, the managers, everything's working off. Got to show up to a strong start here. There's O'Reilly tapping out Gresham with the ankle lock. Huge win for Kyle O'Reilly, first of all. Second of all, Volter was almost the worst guy in this matchup, so that's kind of crazy. As technical masterclass matchups is not really his style, looks like. Which is weird, because he definitely could do that. I think a lot of people kind of, obviously, he can chop the shit out of you and have a brawl with you, but he could also technically do it. He could get in the mat with you, as, we have seen here in real life here with his Gable matches. So Abe getting the submission win with the figure 4 leg lock over Alex Reynolds. Good win there for Blastoff. 72 from the velocities against Suzuki-gun. As again, Tozawa just bringing this match down. We got the crowd buzzing, though. It did its job. 78 for the next contest as Airbender and Akira getting the win over Drew Parker and Taiji Shimura. Pretty close. Just Drew Parker was not really on par with everybody else, unfortunately for him. So he loses to the 630 as well. 77 for Bushi and SB Kento against Drew Gulak and Lee Moriarty. The Brainbuster from SB Kento in 20 minutes. 84 for the main event. That's really good, especially for a tour show junior tag matchup. That was almost an 85. But Dante Martin with the upset win, beating Samurai del Sol. Big upset. Big upset there. Tough break for Mexa Blood, as they start off a little sloppy so far. 1 and 2 to start off the first 3 nights. Not a great start, but still obviously a lot of time left to right those wrongs. It's on to day 4. Alrighty, night 4, day 4 here as backstage incidents. For Satoshi Kojima and Naoto Tamura's Kojima passing on microphone work to the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, then Kota Ibushi's passing on psychology to Hideo Oka. As for this show, main event, I'm thinking probably this. Yeah, Francesca Akira at Hito Del Airbender. Oh my, it's a technical masterclass matchup. And Moriarty is beating Francesca Akira, so that is a huge win for United Empire. Beating a team that I don't think had lost at that point. So that is massive. Blastoff versus Mexablood, I guess, is now the new main. Sorry Lee going to be beating Jason Lee, so that's a nice little bounce back match for him. They're now 2 and 2, of course. We got Top Flight and then Tozawa and Yehai. This is steal the show? Nope, just a regular old matchup. But Dante Barton getting the win in 20 minutes. We got House of Torture versus Reynolds and Silver. So this is a steal the show matchup as Alex Reynolds getting the win for Dark Order. That is a massive win for the Dark Order team. They've had probably a couple of matches. Yeah, oh yeah, House of Torture's beaten them damn near every time for the past at least 3 matches. So this would be the first Dark Order win since September of 2022. Lord, 3 years in the making. And Bushi and SB Kento against the Velocities. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a lot higher, as Paris de Silva's going to get the win as well. Yeah, we're going to put this here. So this being a technical masterclass matchup, it kind of doesn't make any sense, because if... So this is a steal the show. Well, yeah, I guess it's just going to be what it is. Yeah, we'll just stick with it. Because I like this Young Lion tag match, at least for United Rage to get a showing there. Khan's going to get a win. Every time I forget that Kitsuya Kinemura is not available to work. Yeah, we'll go Alexander. That's fine by me. Either way, Okan getting the win. Wait, actually, I just kind of want to see what him and Makabe can do as a team. Because I forget if I've tried. Okay, I have. I was about to say, I thought I had tried that before, and it didn't work. We might just go with Alexander and Jarvis. Yeah, let's go with that. Fine by me. There goes Okan being on the show. Josh Alexander's going to get the win over one of the young lions, whoever it may be, whether it's Okamoto or Kiyomitsu. Either way, though, I think it's going to be a pretty decent little matchup. Let's see where we're going to run this one at now. I think, about to say, we haven't ran here. Yeah, we'll run the Yonaga Industrial Gym. It's going to be a sellout, so that's going to be nice. Hell yeah, can't beat that. Here we go, 59 for the opener. And yeah, Bakken Okamoto and Kiyomitsu Kisai are, they have a little excellent chemistry gimmick. It doesn't really help them out here, but it's a good matchup for at least Jarvis and Alexander, rather, as Alexander the Pearl River Plunge in the opener. 65. Oh, swollen calf muscle for Drew Gulak. That's tough, because he's going to have to deal with that for the next couple of shows. It's Moriarty pinning Francesco Akira with the Tiger Driver 18. Yeah. Good shit. Yeah, Lee Moriarty, best guy in the match, though. That was a great showing for him. Glad he was involved in the finish. Yeah, does Airbender cause the swollen calf just great. So, Dark Order. They do, in fact, beat House of Torture. Is very, very close, though. Honestly, the wrong team won, because Ishimura was the best guy in the match. So there's that. And Reynolds with the submission win as well. Tough break. 73 for Top Flight against Suzuki-gun, as Tozawa again losing for Suzuki-gun. Tough break on that one. 76 for Bushi and SB Kento against the Velocities, as the Velocities a much better team. It's SB Kento not on everybody else's level. Jude London was off his game. Bushi, the best guy in the match. No surprise, really. And 79 for the main event. It's Blast Off losing the Mexa Blood again. Ryo Lee's just been the man of the tournament. Samurai Del Sol was even better than Abe and Jason Lee, so that just kind of shows you the talent there. Mexa Blood. They're looking to break over the 500 mark. They should. Still got a lot of shows left, but they got day 5 coming up. And after day 5 into day 6, we'll take a look at the standings after day 6. So we're a little over the halfway point now once we get through day 5. So just, luckily, we've had our first injury and it was only just a swollen calf muscle, which that's going to affect their matches, but he should still be able to work. So that's at least a relief from that perspective. Alrighty, episode 5, day 5. Lord have mercy, as I'm going to keep that in because that's just hilarious. It's Brian Danielson passing on microphone work to Dante Martin. I mean, you just kind of see, just compared to like last year, we haven't had a match that's been anywhere close to these as far as ratings-wise. They've all been relatively in the 70 to even 84 range. But yeah, I think, are we to the star lanes here? Or are we going to run the old Bebu B Con Plaza? So I don't think, we got a 5,000 seater, but yeah, we'll probably just run here. It's fine by me. Alright, so, main event. Yeah, I love a good Velocities Top Flight match just for the sake of the history between these two teams. I mean, back at the fucking first episode, they had a match that was a 31. The Velocities won, and they haven't won. So they won 1, then Top Flight won 4 straight, and then Velocities won at the G1 last year, and of course they just won the belts at Autumn Attack back in October. So to have them win again might be a bit controversial when you kind of look at it from that perspective, but I think it's a good idea. I think everyone's probably expecting a loss, and they don't need to go back and forth. They've went back and forth for years now. Let's give them 2 straight wins, as the co-main. That's a good question. I like Mexa Blood versus House of Torture. That's a technical masterclass. Who would have guessed it? But yeah, Samurai Del Sol getting the wins. They are now over 50%. That's a good win, obviously, for Mexa Blood. Koji Kamai against LIJ. It's a Steel Show matchup as El Hero Del Airbender beating Bushi in 13 minutes. I like that. So now we have the co-main, which will be Reynolds and Silver against the United Empire, as Moriarty getting the win, as I believe that's their 8th point, and that's, I think they've only lost once, so they're definitely up there on the table. And then Tozawa and Yehai against Blastoff, which Yehai will beat Jason Lee, so for the first time Suzuki-gun gets a win, a much-needed victory for them. Nice. And then, to open up the show, Dorada and Phantasm taking on, didn't mean to click on that, taking on Akuya Miyagi and Shobo Takibo, as Phantasm is getting the victory in that one, which is, I think, a nice win. And also good showing from the Mecha Blood team. 56 for the opener, as Akuya Miyagi and Shobo, really Akuya Miyagi, again, has just been showing off some good stuff as of late. Dorada was really off his game. We could have used him to be in tip-top shape, but we'll take it. It's still a nice win for Phantasm, though, to get a win with a bridging German suplex. A good little rating for him. Could be worse. Could be worse there. 79 for the opener. Or for the first match of the actual block matches on this night, as Mecha Blood beating House of Torture with the, as far as Samurai Del Sol with the Del Sol driver over Drew Parker. It's a good little match. Good match. I wouldn't be surprised that's the best thing on the card, to be honest. 76 for Francesca Kira and El Hiro de Airbender against SB Kento and Bushi, as Airbender pinning Bushi with the 630. It's a good win. It's a good, actually a really good match. It's just SB Kento, which is a little bit better. 75 from Suzuki-gun and Blastoff, as Suzuki-gun getting the win. Yehai with the Kochi clutch over Jason Lee. Yeah, I mean, again, Abe, best guy in the match. At least Yehai outperformed Jason Lee, so it makes sense, at least from that perspective of an upset. 71. Oof, yeah, that's right. Drew Gulak is hurt. So pretty brutal stuff there for Drew Gulak, because he's going to deal with that injury. He's going to now be the worst guy in the tournament for the next, till the end of the tournament. So, Tiger Driver, though, from Lee Moriarty over John Silver. I don't mind that, since he was the best guy in the match, but they're going to have a tall task ahead of them. They're going to look to stay up and be at the top of the table. Top Flight versus Velocities, a 75 here. Velocities did outperform them, as Jude London submitting Darius Martin in 23-13. What a win. And, yeah, I mean, again, I was correct in the Mecha Blood House of Torture match being the best thing on the card. Not the greatest of nights, but we needed a bit of a change in direction night, where you have, some great technical stuff in the beginning, and you have a, story at the end between those two teams that have grown in front of our own eyes, with those two teams. But yeah, as far as once we run day 6, we'll take a look at the standings. So far, it's been pretty back and forth. There's a couple of teams that are definitely at the top of the table, so going to be interesting to see how it finishes up. And, yeah, I mean, luckily, no one has really been booked that's on that final show that's going to get hurt, unless Gulak and Moriarty win it all. So, other than that, we're looking pretty solid going into the final show. Alrighty, day 6. So we'll take a look at the standings, of course, after this night. But to get into it, though, we have a couple of backstage incidents, as fucking always with this series, as Daisuke Kamayashi as the referee, as he's brought for Wrestler's Court, accused of being an hour late to pick up his signed travel partner. As the judge, Shinsuke Nakamura, found him guilty and sentenced him to pay for travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. Naito passing on Psychology to Akuya Miyagi, and then Kotobushi doing the same thing to Hideo Oka. So, for the main event, we got a couple of good ones. Yeah, I mean, this is probably the main. Airbender and Francesco Kira against Velocity. So, of course, they had the 3-way tag at Wrestle Dynasty. And as far as Airbender and Francesco Kira, they were not involved in the finish, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because I believe, yes, Top Flight had pinned the Velocities as far as for that matchup. I could be wrong, though. But either way, it's the first time they've had a 2v2 matchup, and they beat the current junior tag champs. And all around, I think that's going to really help boost them to the top of the table. So Gulak and Moriarty against Mecha Blood. It's a technical masterclass matchup, as Ryu Lee will be beating Drew Gulak, so we're going to bump that down a little bit, actually, as far as time-wise. And that's a huge win for Mecha Blood. SB Kento and Bushi against Reynolds and Silver. SB Kento getting the win over Dark Order. This might be another first-time meeting. It is. So that's a great win for SB Kento and Bushi there. Blast Off Top Flight. Pretty good co-main. Jason Lee going to get the win in that one. So that's a huge win, actually, for Blast Off. Then House of Torture against Suzuki-gun for the last matchup for the night. As Drew Parker beating Akira Tozawa. No really surprise there in that one, because just the way Suzuki-gun's been performing, they've been one of the worst teams in the tournament. As far as the standings here, so Velocities, they are stuck at 8. As far as Francesco Akira and El Hero de Airbender, they jump up to 10. Top Flight stays at 6. Mexa Blood, though, they jump up to 8, but not only that, they have a tiebreaker win over the Lee Moriarty Drew Gulak team. Now, unfortunately, they don't have one over Velocity. So, right now, it's an interesting dilemma, because Velocities have a tiebreaker win over Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak, or they don't have a tiebreaker win, rather, as far as Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak beat them. But then, of course, Top Flight, not Top Flight, Jesus, I'm all over the place now, as far as trying to explain this. Either way, it's basically a weird-ass three-way tie for second, because with Velocities at 8, Max of Blood with 8, and now, Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak with 8, it's going to be interesting, for sure. But Francesco Akira and El Hero del Airbender, the first team to reach 10 points. That's massive, and that is going to really help them in pushing to the top. But also, it's not over for Drew Gulak and Lee Moriarty. They've only lost to 2 teams, and they just happen to be the potentially maybe the best teams in this tournament. So still got a lot of room to work with, though. They have, as far as Tozawa and Yeihai, they have Top Flight, and they have Blast Off. So not the craziest idea in the world that they could still finish in the top. And yeah, I mean, as far as I think so far, first 6 days in the books hasn't been bad at all. Peace, Love, and War versus Dark Order, as Brody Lee going to be beating Barbaro Cavanero in the opener. Nice. Alright, so we'll be running, about to say, I think we've ran Kyushu, we haven't ran the Star Lanes, so as far as, oh no, we don't even need to, yeah, that's the Hakata Star Lanes. Where's the other Star Lanes? Or not the other, yeah, let's say we have, yeah, I think we're gonna run Hokuto, actually. So we're at around 3,000, so we can either be basically cut in half of the Hokudate Arena, or we can go somewhere else. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stick with what we got right now. Or we could run the Amino Value Hall and sell that out. Actually, we'd run the large hall. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. We got it. We figured it out. Day 6 in the books. Let's run it. As 78 for the opener. Calvin Tankman, best guy in the match. Shout out Tankman, as he had a great showing there. A big boot from Brody Lee over Barbaro Cavanero. Yeah, I mean, they were the better team. Was the Order of Destruction, so I'm cool with that. Very, very cool with that. Drew Gulak and Lee Moriarty losing to Ryu Lee and Samurai del Sol. It's Ryu Lee getting the win. Major victory, though, for Mexa Blood. 68 for SB Kento and Bushi against Alex Reynolds and John Silver. And one of the worst matches we've seen so far of the tournament. Yeah, just I think at this point the guys are kind of running ragged. It's been a lot of matches within this week alone. They've been running pretty hard. Tozawa and Drew Parker here, as far as involved in the finish. It's Drew Parker with a Bloody Dragon over Tozawa. Yeah, right team wins. Ishimori again just being the best guy in the match. It's crazy that at his age, at 2025, he's still the best guy in a lot of matches. Jason Lee and Fumino Abe beating Top Flight, as Lee with the Sunset Flip Powerbomb over Top Flight. Oh, Lord, an inflamed bicep tendon in our main event over, I mean, that's tough. Tough. Airbender gets a win, but it sucks that injury. I don't think it's going to take him out, but it definitely fucked up this finish. 6:30, though, from Airbender over Paris de Silva. Did he injure somebody again? He sure did. That's 2 fucking guys he's hurt in this tournament. Boy, oh boy. That is pretty brutal. So yeah, on to day 7 we go. Alright, day 7. Backstage incident again. That's Nakamura and Naria Takagawa as he's passing on Psychology is Nakamura to Takagawa. So the main event for this night. That's a good question. I feel like you can't go wrong with, well, when did I say that? The Reynolds and Silver, Hiro Del Airbender and Francesco Akira. I guess we'll pencil this in as the main event for now until there's something better, but Airbender's going to get the win over Reynolds. I do like this Blast-Off Velocities matchup with Abe getting the win too. Wow, so that's really going to shake up the table. So Abe getting the win for Blast-Off. Honestly, let's make it the main. Fuck it, why not, right? This is probably still the show match. It is. Top Flight getting the win over House of Torture. So, yeah, I mean, Top Flight, as of late, of course, they got their first win over them last year. They get another win here. Good call. If I had to guess, this is probably a technical masterclass match. Okay, it's not. So, Samurai del Sol going to get the win in this one for Mexa Blood. Fine by me. Actually, I think, yeah, we'll bump. I was going to have to be the co-main, but I'm going to stick it right there. So if it's as good as it was for the co-main, then I should have just stuck with my guns. But technical masterclass matchup for Suzuki-gun against United Empire. So Yehi beating the injured Drew Gulak. Listen, capitalizing on an injury, second victory for him. That's a huge changing of the guard as well with that win. And then Shinsuke Nakamura and Kaiji D'Amato of Kingdom of Strong Style taking on the Designers of Perfection as Sanada and Taichi gonna get the win there with Taichi beating Mr. Tomato in 10 minutes. So yeah, I mean, Sanada and Taichi, they have the chemistry boost. Shinsuke's doing well. Obviously, he's probably gonna be the best guy in the matchup. Oh, I think that's probably for the best, as far as from a ratings perspective. So yeah, we got the Sendai Sun Plaza, which will definitely sell out. Or we got the Cebu Arena in Miyagi. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Alrighty. Day 7 in the books. Oh! Forgot that I had a slow build on there. Well, not the greatest of openers. As a 70 for the next matchup is Gulak and Moriarty losing to Yehi and Tozawa. Even with the injury, the United Empire team was better, but it was only 5-point difference, so not the end of the world. I think a believable upset there for sure. 71 for Top Flight in House of Torture. So good match. 1-point difference. House of Torture was the better team, with Ishimori being off his game too. So that really again proves how great of a talent he is. And 81, yep, that's going to be the best thing on the card. Riley and Samurai del Sol having a great showing there as they beat SB Kenta with the Rising Sun. Del Sol is 75 for Reynolds and Silver against Francesco Akira and Airbender. As Airbender with a 630 over Reynolds. Yeah, best guy beats the worst guy. Can't beat that. We'll see what the main event does. 74, oof. That's right, with Jude London's injury. Luckily, he's only injured for this show, and then he'll be healthy again for days 8 and 9. But yeah, I mean, that has changed a lot of the table. Abe getting a massive win, though, is great to see. They were the better team, so I'm glad they got the win, too. Yep, should have just stuck with Mexa Blood in the main. But hey, it is what it is. And so yeah, on to... We just have 2 more days left, 8 and 9. It's looking like it's going to be a bit of a barn burner to close out this table as, man, there's a lot of... It's going to come down to a tiebreaker, I really do think. Now, Francesco Akira and Hiro Del Airbender, though, they have 12 points now. They're looking like they're going to make it to the finals. They might even be the best team in the block. Now, obviously, a lot can still happen these next 2 days. They could blow it here. But it's looking like at least they will at least finish with 12 points, which is a great ending point for them. As, yeah, on to day 8 we go. Alrighty, day 8. Backstage incidents. Hirotoki Suzuki, as he was brought from Wrestler's Court, being absorbed by his phone. as he should have been paying attention during the locker room meeting. As the young lion was found guilty, and Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced him to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. Just great. Naito passing on psychology to Akira Miyagi. Alrighty, so we got Dark Order versus Velocities, Bushi and SB Kento against Tozawa and Yei. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the main, though. El Hero del Airbender and Francesco Akira against Mexa Blood, and Mexa Blood is going to get the win. So that's not only going to elevate them to 12 points, but now Francesco Akira and El Hero del Airbender, they stay at 12. So it's really looking like, unless something crazy happens in this final show, that actually might be the finals. We'll see, as I just want to add House of Torture and Blast Off. This might be a technical masterclass. So Ishimori beating Jason Lee. So that's a big win for House of Torture, first of all. So that's going to really keep Blast Off at bay. Gulak and Moriarty against Top Flight. As Gulak's going to get the win. Now, since Drew is hurt, we'll just let that be Lee Moriarty now. So he's going to beat Darius. Reynolds and Silver, though, against Velocities. Oh, it's a steel show matchup. So Jude London's going to beat John Silver in 14 minutes. And then Bushi and SB Kento against Tozawa and Yei. Technical Masterclass matchup is Tozawa going to beat Bushi. So how about that for Suzuki-gun? Then United Empire versus the Dragons Den. 8-man tag here. Tamura's going to get the win. As Katsuya Kitamura is actually just out of rehab, so we can actually book him. So that's great. We should be good to go. Yeah, there we go. 10-minute matchup. So Mexico Blood's going to jump up to 12. Same thing for Francesco Akira and El Hero de Bender. Velocities jump up to 10. Now, they're in an interesting spot because they lost to Akira and Airbender, but they beat, of course, Mexablood. So, if Mexablood loses and they win, they could jump up to 12. Top Flight, of course, is stuck at 8. And then Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak, they, of course, are at 10 points right now. What interesting for them is the fact of, again, they have a tiebreaker win over Francesco Akira and Airbender, but they don't have one over Mexablood. So that's going to be a fascinating final night here, as far as there is 4 teams that are looking to make it to the end. This has went really well. Very, very pleased with how this has went. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. It's kind of now the big thing that we got to worry about. Yeah, I mean, we could run Komozawa Gymnasium if we want. I kind of want to run Chubu, to be honest. Because I think we could run... maybe not. Maybe we're going to have Power Struggle be somewhere else. That's not Kanto. I kind of like that, actually. Let's go with that. Komozawa Gymnasium here for this day 8 show. Let's run it. 80 for the opener. Not bad at all. Tamura and Volter killing it there, as Tamura with the submission win over Katsuya Kitamura. So what a return for Katsuya Kitamura. Gets caught in the face lock. I mean, he had a 61, so that's actually not too bad for a guy that's been in rehab for the past 9 months or so. He's probably rusty, too. Well, just a short match. O'Reilly's declining physically, so is now, obviously, Katsuya Kitamura. Yeah, O'Reilly's not rusty. That's kind of shocking. 64, oof. Domino strain from Tozawa. Tough break. Yeah, I was the best guy in the match, though. I mean, this is a believable finish. Oh, man, we have a torn tricep and an abdominal strain from both guys of Suzuki-gun. Talk about just the worst luck in the world there. That is brutal. And we have a breast contusion now into Paris de Silva. Yeah, these guys have been beating the shit out of each other for the past couple of weeks now, and the injuries are starting to take a toll. They were the better team, though, or the Velocities. So at least they have that, even with the contusion to the breasted area. Alex Reynolds one calls that. 77 for Gulak and Moriarty against Dante Martin and Darius Martin. The joint custody win for Lee Moriarty. Thank God for him. Or, I don't think United Empire would have finished pretty, as well as they did. And 77, too, is really remarkable. 78, and I think the first match that doesn't have an injury out of the block matches is Bloody Dragon from Ishimori over Jason Lee. Yeah, I mean, they were the better... actually, Jason Lee and Abe were the slightly better team. Pretty close, though. Pretty close. And a banger here. I'm surprised it wasn't an 85-plus match. As Ryu Lee pinning Francesco Akira and in 28-53. What a win. What a performance. Two teams with excellent chemistry. Well, actually, one with excellent, one with great, to be exact. But yeah, just a banger. A banger. 82. We'll gladly take that. So yeah, we're going to see what teams make it to the end. As on to the final tour show we go. Alrighty, so interesting development here, as Suzuki-gun will not be able to finish the tournament at the final show, but both Tozawa and Yeihai are not going to be able to perform, so they're definitely going to be scrapped. And they were taking on the Francesco Akira, El Hiro del Airbender team. So to think about that from that perspective, pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. So they're automatically making it to the finals, and now we'll see who else will be joining them. Alrighty, so firstly, we'll go with the main event, which it's going to come down to what's going to happen with the Mexa Blood team. So we'll go ahead and look at this. Mexa Blood versus Reynolds and Silver. Technical match class matchup. And Samurai no Soul will get the win for the Mexa Blood team. So they will, in fact, look like... Yeah, they actually will be. Yeah, because it's now mathematically impossible. But, hey, it's, well, that's kind of... Now that I'm thinking about it, we should probably have something else be the technical masterclass. So at least we build up the drama to it. Like, if Velocities... yeah. So, like, if Velocities beat House of Torture, which I'm assuming they will, then it's really going to build up to some drama with this night. So, yeah, here's that Velocities House of Torture match. Which they do, in fact, win. So, yeah. I'm, sticking with my guns on this one. We'll, make this a regular match. Give him a little bit more time, too. It's 23 minutes. Yeah, then... So... Bushi, SB Kendo, Top Flight. I was about to say, it's either going to be a Steel the Show matchup or it's a regular matchup, and Bushi and SB Kendo will get the win. First of all, that's a huge win. And then Blast Off versus Gulak and Moriarty, which Gulak will win. Which, again, as far as... So, Blast Off beat him last year in the G1. Then, Lee Moriarty and Drew Gulak actually won the Junior Tag Team titles. Which, kind of fascinating, as far as from that perspective. And that was the last time they faced off against each other. Again, clicked on the wrong goddamn thing. As far as, I also clicked... Oh my god, I'm all over the place. I'm clicking everything wrong. So, they will also finish with 12. But it doesn't matter, because they would have had a tiebreaker loss with, as far as having a tiebreaker loss with Mexa Blood. But, obviously, Mexa Blood's winning anyway, so it's not the biggest deal anyways. But, yeah, so Gulak beating Jason Lee. Designers of Perfection versus Kingdom of Strong Style. This will be the Technical Masterclass matchup. We need something to kind of hit that quota, if you will. Might as well have it be this. And then Koji Kamai, Suzuki-gun. This is the newest matchup that we had to add. Which is another 20-minute matchup. As a 6-man tag, as Okada's going to beat Rex Steiner. Alrighty. So something is up. We need to steal the show matchup. I see. So, I think it's going to be Top Flight in Bushi and SB Kento. I mean, that's kind of the best call. Maybe 12 minutes. Oh. Steal the show. Oh, ow. Perfect. Alrighty. So, with that being said now we can go through the actual show itself. The final show. Of course, we talked about basically all of the title matches, but one being the Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles, as Sonata, of course the Never Openweight champion, will be teaming up with the Junior Tag Team champions, Paris de Silva and Jude London, as they're going to take on the Kingdom of Strong Style. So that's going to be a fun little 6-man matchup. Then also, of course, the Super Junior Tag Leagues, Koji Kamai versus Mexa Blood. And then you have all the matches we already talked about. As far as the actual... The actual lineup itself will be looking like this. So, of course, You know, the main event, co-main event, some bangers there. That I'm really, really excited to see that main and co-main. Everything else is going to be pretty much up in the air, though, to be honest. I hope this will go over well. This, you know, the four-way tag match to determine who's going to take on Walter and Zack Sabre Jr. at the, that would be the Russell Grand Slam show in Tokyo, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where we're at, as far as from that perspective. And, yeah, we're locked in. Let's, actually, did I pick a venue? I did not. I think I checked that. I was like, I don't think we picked a venue. Yeah, we're on the Nagata City Gymnasium. Why not? Alright. So 74 for the opener, as Kingdom of Strong Style getting the win over Designers of Perfection. Nakamura with a cross-arm lock. Yes, Sonata and Nakamura doing really well. Not bad at all. 74 is not bad here for this matchup. It's a Lotus Lock from Okada over Rex Steiner. It's so weird, Okada not being the best guy in the match, but Claudio, though, killing it. He's the best guy in the match. 74 again. For Top Flight versus SB Kento and Bushi. So what an upset. Relatively close, I guess, when you look at it. It's just a couple point difference. But, yeah, SB Kento, if he was on his game, this would have been really, really close. 77 for Blast Off in Gulak and Moriarty as the Gulak from Drew Gulak over Jason Lee. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. But I wanted to at least have Drew get a win. I mean, it was close, but obviously the injury threw that out the window as far as it being close. Anything. But yeah, Rising Sun win for Samurai Del Sol over Alex Reynolds. Big win there. And that basically punches their ticket to the finals. As the main event being this, probably shouldn't have been that, but it is what it is. Velocity's getting the win nonetheless. As, yeah, Drew Parker, Taiji Shimori. They had a good little performance. They outperformed him, thanks to Paris Day Silva's injury, but all around, I think a pretty good tournament. I actually do think. I think that went over a lot better than probably a lot of people expected. But that just kind of shows you with years of building up a lot of the talent that was in that, it's paid off. It's paid off for sure. So yeah, the final show, Power Struggle. I mean, you have a major main event that has so many implications to Wrestle Kingdom, and obviously with Makabe and Takeshita. You know, we're building up Nakamura as well, as far as maybe Sonata will be a double champ. You know, as far as maybe potentially Volta or Tamura won't be the only, you know, double champion in New Japan, if they in fact win. And it's going to be interesting to see how Ashley Flair and Maki Ito's going to do. So yeah, I mean, there's some fun matches for sure on the card. And, I mean, honestly, you wouldn't be surprised if that opener delivers in a big way as well. So, yeah, on to the final show we go to, as far as for Power Struggle. Alrighty, it's Power Struggle. So they already have us in Kanto, so we'll have to change that. New Japan World, of course. So yeah, we ran Chubu last time, which I don't think we will. But yeah, I like the Power Struggles ran in a non-Kanto area. So Tanahashi passing on Psychology to Shobo. Kojima passing on microphone work to Tamura. And then Ishii's passing on microphone work to Tomoya Town Ford. As, no, didn't mean to click that. Alright. As, for this show. Now, I'm trying to think. Oh man, we could run here. I didn't even think about that. We could run Hiroshima. Would be 36,000. A little light, but we'll see if there's a better spot for us. Yeah, Hokuto 40,000. The Sapporo Dome. Well, we are going to run Sapporo here pretty soon, so I don't really like that. Kyushu has a 40,000. Got the PayPay Dome. And we kind of run there a good bit already anyways. 25,000. Here. Definitely don't want to run a 25,000 seater. Because this is a big show. You know, this is a big main event. Alright. The Q&A Stadium in Miyagi. That will work for me. Will be a sellout. It's a shit ton of people. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so. For the main event, of course. To crown the undisputed heavyweight champ, or not even heavyweight, just undisputed IWGP champion, it is Heiharu Tamura. So he beats Walter. Walter doesn't make it 10 defenses. Hell of a run, though. I mean, a year and some change now at this rate. About a year and a month to be exact as champion. Hell of a run. Hell of a run. And Tamura gets that win as a massive, massive victory. As far as now, they'll see who might potentially be joining him in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. And it will be Konosuke Takeshita, as he will retain yet again. So, as far as we'll do some post-show stuff while I'm already, we talked about the big matches already. So, as far as with Tamura, as he celebrating this win, he's got both belts. He's Danielson's got the towel over his around his neck. He's very, very proud of his student, of what he's done, but also you see the newest member of we'll save that reveal for when this happens in the show. But Tamura, a spent Tamura, obviously looking at the effects of his battle he just had with Walter, and saying that to feel to be the undisputed heavyweight champion, it's been incredible already, and that he's so looking forward to Wrestle Kingdom. He's going to train, he's going to prepare for these next 2 months for this battle, and he's willing and wanting to go as far as he needs to beat Konosuke Takeshita. And he also kind of jokingly is like, well, luckily, the contract for the G1, it's to get a heavyweight title matchup and not for both belts. So he's, just kind of ripping some of the reporters about it, saying, at least, if I lose on the big stage, I won't be a complete loser. I'll still have the Intercontinental title. So, just, stuff like that. But, Bryan Danielson. Danielson got a promo, too, on Konosuke Takeshita. Not really, like a bad promo. Not like cutting down on Konosuke Takeshita. Really putting him over. Saying, he's been around this business for over 20 years. He hasn't seen somebody like Konosuke Takeshita that has the size, the speed, the athleticism, all wrapped into one. And as far as what he's going to do with Hayato Tamura, they're going to make the biggest main event in Wrestle Kingdom history. He feels like this is going to be a sellout in the National Stadium. Two of the very best in this industry. Talking about Konosuke Takeshita and Hayato Tamura. So I think that it really is that. I think it should feel like that. With Tamura and Konosuke Takeshita, feel like they're the we're living in the present, of what these two guys are going to do for the remainder of the decade with the company. Konosuke is 20, and no, he's not 28 now. I think he's probably 32 at this rate. He's 30 years old, and Tamura has just turned 31 or 32. He's 32. So, yeah, it very much feels like we're living in that kind of bubble of these are the guys. This is the new generation. This is what you're going to see in the main events for the next 5 years. And it starts with those two in the main event at Wrestle Kingdom. So it's going to be a beginning of a new era, potentially, as far as we've gotten away from the kind of big four that has been a part of that company, this company, for the past 15 years. With Okada, he's gotten to the point now where he's just not performing at a high level to where we would have liked. Kota Ibushi's still going well, though. He's still chugging along, which is funny, because in real life now, it looks like he has taken a step back. Tanahashi, of course, has gotten gotten older, and that fourth guy, it's been a revolving door as far as, Zack Sabre Jr. filled that role pretty well. It's like the top Gaijin, and Walter really put up a good fight for it, and it's looking good. It really is. I think the main event scene is looking pretty solid. We just kind of need the rest of the card to kind of deliver as well. It's kind of the big thing. Oh, but yeah, man, that's 5 minutes. Good call. I was gonna have Konosuke Takeshita appear and have the stare down, but don't need to interrupt the post-show press conference. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that'll probably be it for now. So, before the co-main, we got the, I believe it's the Never Openweight 6-man tag team title matchup. I believe that is the next matchup. As, Shinsuke Nakamura will retain for the Kingdom of Strong Style is London is going to take the fall. So they're going to stay the Never Openweight 6-man champs. Then we got Ashley Flair and Maki Ito for the women's title, which I need to loan over, yes. So Charlotte just defended her belt, actually. It's crazy, 5 defenses in 50 days. It's about to be 6 in 50 days. She just was booked on Impact, so she's now in Rev Pro as well. Again, she has defended her belt successfully all over the world. Crazy. Australia. She's won in America. She defended it in the UK a couple of times. She's defended it now in Canada, and now potentially maybe looking to successfully defend it in Japan. And she she does. Yeah, Ashley Flair's going to get the win. So that's another successful defense for her. Good shit. Good shit there. Yeah, then the U.S. title matchup, Malachi Black and Jon Moxley. As Moxley will retain in 20 minutes, still the U.S. champion. Hell yeah. Then to decide who's going to take on Volter and Zack Sabre Jr., it will be Will Hobbs, as Hobbs and Tankman, the Order of Destruction, get the next title shot. Nice win in the 4-way. Don't mind Jay White being in there. Yeah, we got to replace that with Brody King. Good call. Sick. Oh, I about clicked on the title. That would have been bad. Alright. So yeah, and then we have the Junior Tag League Finals to book, which I forgot to do that. So we get to make it fresh right here, as we will see, of course, the Mexa Blood team on one side, and then the Koji Kamai team of Airbender and Francesco Akira. And we will be seeing Airbender and Francesco Akira getting the win. So they are your 2025 Super Junior Tag League winners, as he's going to beat Samurai del Sol. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this was the right call. So that will, of course, mean they get the Wrestle Kingdom matchup with the Junior Tag Champs, whoever that may be. Obviously, right now, it's the Velocities, but that might change. Loving it. Loving it. Alright. So, we have the opener. Zack Sabre Jr. and Jonathan Gresham against Kyle O'Reilly and Garcia. So, Zack's going to beat Garcia, but not only that, he's holding on to the hold after the match. And out comes from the back, as Harthy Allison's kind of waving him on to come out here, Mr. Roderick Strong. And he comes out like he just got shot out of a cannon, shows behind him. Sick kick on the Zack Sabre Jr. show, taking out Gresham, as is, Kyle O'Reilly, and they head to the back as far as, we'll have Kyle be out there as well. I'll go star quality, I guess. So the newest member of Dragon's Den is, in fact, Roderick Strong. So I love that, first of all. I think he fits in perfectly with what they are kind of building, but not only that, as far as we'll have, Kyle and Roddy. Perfect. So yeah, just a fun junior. Yeah, I guess you could say junior team there with Roddy and O'Reilly. Alrighty. So, we gotta look at the booking analysis. Okay, yeah, we're good on there. So I just need to add maybe a couple more post-show stuff. But for the most part, we're good to go. We'll have one with Koji Kamai. Also, I think I forgot that. Make sure the Best Super Juniors is on the line, or the Super Junior Tag League. Keep on doing that this episode. So yeah, Dan Ledbender, Jessica Kira, and Okada. And Okada's just talking about how proud he is and how this is kind of what he wanted. This was the vision for Koji Kamai, to not only prove that Zen's the way, but bringing in some of these top guys from all over the world. As I don't know why I cannot spell Kamai right now. Koji Kamai, there we go. Oh yeah, and there's a Y in there too, duh. Kamai, there we go. this is what he's visioned for Koji Kamai. It's about these guys having a place where they can be zen, dominate the top of the world, but also be grounded enough to know that you can always keep on improving. And them winning this Best Super Juniors, or I did it. Oh my god, I did it again. The Super Junior Tag League is what he's built for not only Francesco Akira since he brought him in 5 years ago now, but also bringing in Airbender too. Feels like he's building a incredible unit, New Japan. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing more you can really say with that one. He's putting over Koji Kamai. Oh yeah, we'll just have him not be rated, I guess. It's really the promos. Okada. Yeah, we'll have Konosuke Takeshita. Or no, actually. So, Ashley Flair. She goes through, basically, again, running through the resume, how she has defended this belt all over the world. She is a global champion. She really is the IWGP Women's Champion. Anytime, anywhere, any place, it does not matter. But during her press conference, she gets attacked from behind. As far as, let me just make sure she is available, because we might have to bring her up as far as a female. Boop. Yeah, I'm not seeing her. Hopefully, yeah, we'll just leave that for now. See if we'll probably have to maybe borrow. Yeah, we do have Bianca Belair now. We also have Miss Ember Moon as far as Athena. Oof, I don't see her. I do not see her. We'll just, we'll use Andreas Miyagi. She, I think, could kind of fit the bill as as kind of a great, maybe not really power per se, but she's definitely relatively bigger than some of the other Joshis we got. Yeah, because like Tay's kind of small. Sabarino, of course, is pretty small. Or Sabarino. Saletta. And that's who. And then Maya's also, yeah, just most of those Joshis are. Yeah, because I didn't think her, yeah, because they obviously just got signed by WWE, so I don't think they'll be ready to go. Maybe, though. Yeah, she hasn't started. Figured so. So yeah, looks like Andreas is going to get the call. Alrighty, so yeah, we're building up to, as far as now with Ashley Flair. Gonna get attacked by Andreas Miyagi. Oh yeah, we'll go star quality, I guess. There we go. Because, yeah, I don't think we can do any talent trades or anything like that. Yeah. Which kind of sucks that you can't do it here, but I get it, though, at the same time. So, yeah, yeah, I think we're set. We should be good to go. Yep, everything's lined up, ready to go. Let's run it. 92, holy shit. It's Gresham and Zack Sabre Jr. with a great performance. Zack Sabre Jr. getting the submission win. Of course, hangs on to the hold after even the bell rings. In comes the save for Roddy. Love it. Love it. I think, that's just kind of classic pro wrestling. Well, classic American pro wrestling, I'll say. 82. Oh, okay, I did. Oh, I was about to say, I forgot. But no, I didn't. Super Junior Tag League win for El Hero, Del Airbender, and Francesco Akira. They weren't the better team. Lack of psychology, too. But I'm cool with it. So Airbender pinning Samurai Del with a 630. 80 for the Order of Destruction, Alex Coughlin, Juice Robinson, Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu, and House of Torture matchup. As, yes, wow, House of Torture was left last. I don't like that. I would say Coughlin and Juice was first, then Naito and then Naito and Hiromu. Yeah, because I kind of want to see the Hosses go at it there. That's a fun win. Fun win for the Order of Destruction. And yeah, they have a date with Destiny. And that one is an 81 for Jon Moxley and Malachi Black. It's Moxley getting the win and retaining his belt against all of House of Black so far. I mean, he's got Robbie Eagles left, but is Robbie gonna challenge for it? Who knows? Maybe we'll keep that for Strong. We got a lot of different ideas with that story. But we also have a couple of months for that to kind of die down too. But Ashley Flair, making her 6th defense. She beats Maki Ito with the figure 4. Thank God it was a 71. I don't know how it got that good of a rating because the match kind of stunk. It's an 83 for the Kingdom of Strong Style versus Designers of Perfection. Sonata carrying this one, him and Nakamura. Everybody else did pretty well, but yeah, their first defense for the Kingdom of Strong Style. There's Nakamura with the cross-arm block over to London. 94 for the co-main, Makabe and Konosuke Takeshita. That's the Wall of Takeshita, getting the win in 25-18. Good shit. And a 90 for our main event. Damn, close. But what a win as the 3rd defense for Hayato Tamura and the first win of the Intercontinental title for him. Actually, I think he's won it twice now. I don't know why I'm thinking he has, but I don't know, that's just kind of off the top of my head. And we get the backstage press conference. Danielson putting over the match with Konosuke Takeshita. Love it. Absolutely love it. And not only with Okada helping build up these guys, but also saying how big this is for these guys to have a Wrestle Kingdom opportunity now. And that he thinks they're going to make the most of it and walk away as junior tag champs. And then we got the Ashley Flair press conference getting interrupted and beaten down by Andreas Miyagi. She flips the table on her, stuff like that. Leaves her laying. Well, there we go. As a 90 for the show. Could have been better. Again, the main event is not the best thing on the card. That just seems to always be what's happened so far in some of these main events, for some of these major shows. But listen, I thought this was going to be the best thing on the card. It was the second best. Konosuke Takeshita and Makabe was, in fact, the best. We'll put them over. I want to put over Zack, and then I'll put over Tamura. So yeah, what an episode there. We get the showcase of our junior tag division. And now, on to Wrestle Grand Slam, as we have some major matches on the horizon, for sure. We want to make it, it's basically the last big tour of the year until the Tag League. And we want to make sure that we get to find out what exactly is going to be set up for Wrestle Kingdom. Because already we got some matches set up. Nakamura, Sonata. That's in the plans. U.S. title matchup. Moxley, Tyler Black. And of course the heavyweight title matchup between Walter and Konosuke Takeshita. That's been it so far. I'm sure we'll have a women's matchup. I'm sure, and also the junior tag team title matchup has now been decided with Francesco Kira and El Hijo del Airbender. They're getting their title matchup. Obviously O'Reilly has yet to, well, not O'Reilly, Robbie Eagles. He hasn't had a match set up for him yet. We have the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions and the Lucha Brothers. We'll see what they do. We also, of course, have the IWGP Tag Team Champions in Zack Sabre Jr. and Walter. So we'll see how that plays out for them. And, of course, whoever wins the Tag League is going to take on them. But, yeah, a lot of plans still in the workings for Wrestle Kingdom. That is the main focus, obviously. And we want to put on as big of a show as we can. But thank you all for watching. And we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.